No weed vibe, no wine vibe, just good vibe. You feel me?
Hello, y'all. Welcome back to Life at its Peak once more. It's your boy George, and today we actually have another guest, Denesha. Yeah, I know you're about to I don't know, do whatever because that's not how you're called normally. But yeah, hi Denesha, how are you doing today?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Hopefully I'm good. Well, actually, today before we start off, you're gonna have to tell us a little bit more about yourself. Yeah, I want to know who we're talking to today.
Okay, so first off, I'll clear the air with Denesha. It's D. I go by D, but my first name is Denesha. However, a little bit about myself. I'm 22 in February. Well, this month.
Oh, can't wait.
I'm 22. About to be 22. I'm an upcoming hairstylist. It's like something I've been doing since I was like 12, maybe 12. Yeah, I'll say 12. My cousin's here, my sister's
That's
here.
been long.
Yeah, right. But then I did take a big pause, and I just went to school. I was actually working an actual job, and then so now that it's all about kind of your own business nowadays, I'm about to just hop back in. I'm gonna do a one-on-one course with two different people, and just go into the game. Aside from that, I have siblings. Of course, my dad has 12 kids.
Yo. Okay, I don't want to be a spoiler here, but I can relate. I'm not gonna tell you my number, but I can relate.
Okay, as long as we're on the same page here.
I can relate.
People normally are like 12. I'm like, yeah, 12.
12.
But
1, 2, 3, 4. Probably the ones you know about. 12.
No, facts, because the stories I hear, it's ridiculous.
That's a story for another day.
Yeah, but yeah, I have nieces and nephews. I work, of course. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, normally here we always talk about music, yeah? So what type of music are you into?
I'm into like a lot of different music, honestly, but
Right now.
like I'm telling you, like I listen to Afrobeat, R&B, dancehall,
That's the way.
rap.
That's the way.
Yeah, I don't have like right now it's kind of like testing out. Like right now I have a favorite song, don't get me wrong, but like I can't how I work is I can't listen to that favorite song like 3 times in a
Back
day.
to back, yeah.
So
You're gonna ruin the vibe.
exactly.
Spoiler.
It's still my favorite song, but so I'm into a lot of different things really.
Oh, okay. So what's your song of the moment right now? Like your song of the moment.
450.
It must not be from your best artist, like it could be your song of the time. Like right now, your to-go song.
450. What is it called? 450.
450 by who?
That's the artist. He's a Jamaican artist.
Oh, damn.
Not Live and Learn. Fuck. What is the song name? Hold on, let me look. It's 450 for sure. It is right here. Wild and Rich.
Oh, okay.
450 Wild and Rich will have me don't get me wrong. As soon as the song starts, the middle of the song I have to replay the song. At least 2 times. And then the
I
third
feel
time.
like that sometimes. Like when you have this song you listen to just for the chorus. When you hit the chorus, you go back and then you run it again.
Nah, this song. Nah, I agree with you because there's a lot of songs like that for me. But this song, I can listen to the full thing and run it back.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that's my song of the time. What's your song?
Right now, what song am I on? Okay, I listen to a lot of Afro, yeah, and also I'm a piano. But right now, I think I've been on this J. Cole song. Well, I've been on J. Cole for time. Yeah, people who listen to this all the time not always talk about J. Cole. But I've been on Deja Vu lately. And there's this particular part of the song where he says...
Did you say that in your previous podcast? The previous episode?
The first one, I think I talked about...
You did say J. Cole, because I listened to it. I remember you said J. Cole, but I don't remember the song you said.
It wasn't J. Cole. It was... Which one was it? Love Yours. It was Love Yours. I talked about Love Yours in the first one.
Okay.
But this one is this part where he talks about every sin got a past, every sinner got a future, every loser got a win, every winner got to lose someday. As they say, it's just a matter of time. Bro, that part, it's deep. It made me think heavy. Heavy.
And you know what? Sorry to cut you off,
okay.
but one thing about music that I'm learning, my sister, When she listens to her music, she's all into the lyrics. Like she's not like, don't get me wrong, she'll listen to music for the speed and whatever, but like she's into the lyrics. So
Yeah.
that's something that started rubbing off on me. So nowadays I would go and search the lyrics and like actually go through, and these
That's
songs
definitely what I
actually
do.
have some powerful things in it. Like
Exactly.
powerful.
Because like when I listen to music these days, it's like I'll go to depends. So like for the Afro and everything, majority of Afro is like you just listen to it for the beat and everything. Like it's vibes. But like when you listen to other type of music, let's say when I'm listening to J. Cole, I listen to J. Cole with the lyrics until I learn the lyrics of the song. Like I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to say. Like it goes the same like for J. Cole, Dave, and many others. But those two right now are my two go artists. So if I'm listening to them, I probably know majority of their songs by heart already. But if I'm listening to like a new song,
Yeah.
I listen to it along with the lyrics all the way through.
Okay. Makes sense.
So what's a fun fact about you actually?
So a fun fact about me, honestly, like I don't know, like because lately I've been like very like laid back, just strictly working home. I haven't really been tuned into the world lately.
But don't be
So-
boring though.
No, I'm not even gonna lie. It's been very boring. So I don't really have a fun like other than me. Like okay, I guess I'm very talented. Like I can do
Okay.
hair.
That's a fun fact.
I'm a cooker. Like I gets down. Okay, I'm a
Yeah.
cooker. I do hair. What else do I do? That's really it.
I mean,
honestly.
doing hair is a fun fact because, look, I have hair on my head and I still can't do hair like that. So I'll take that as a fun fact. I'm not going to lie.
And another thing to know, and this is actually something I was gonna do when I graduated school. I was gonna become I was gonna get into the social working field.
Yeah.
Because I'm like really good at like that advice, that listening.
And we're about to see some of that today.
Just okay, let's do it.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
I think we're in though. So today, guys, we're gonna be talking about I'm not gonna give it a name, but I think we're just gonna be talking about like society, a place in the society. And I don't know if I said that right. Is it society? Society?
Society.
I don't know. There are many different ways. I mean, tomato, in it. So, first question I have for you, like, what was your childhood background like?
My childhood background.
Yeah, where you from? Where you from first?
Okay, so I'm Canadian. My parents are both Jamaican. My
that's cool.
ancestors.
I think I told you this before. I want to learn patois, man. I want to learn it so bad.
You should. I feel like no offense. I feel like everybody wants to learn patois.
I mean, I'm down. Like for real, it sounds so cool. I could be standing in front of somebody who's speaking it,
You don't
and
know
I'm
what
just
they're
chilling. Like, I don't know what they're saying, but I just want to be there just because it sounds so nice.
Nah, I feel like a lot of people think that it's really hard to understand, but I feel like maybe because my mom is like very Jamaican, but to me it's broke. Like it's literally broken English. You literally just have to make sense out of the
Okay,
nonsense.
Okay, don't ruin it now. Don't ruin it.
But
You can't say it's broken English. It's a whole language, man.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my parents are Jamaican. My mom's mom is my mom's mom. So my great grandma, she's Jamaican Chinese.
Oh, that's a weird mix.
I know, right? But yeah, that's where they're from. I'm Canadian, as I was stating before. A little bit about my background. That's what you said, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So my mom kind of grew up as a single parent in a way. So, okay, a little
About to
story.
get deep, guys.
So I would say my mom and when I came about, me and my sister are 4 years apart. And it was me. Well, I have brothers as well. So me, my brothers, my mom, and my sister and my dad were living together.
Yeah.
However, over time, they didn't end up working out. But listen, I was a daddy's girl. Nobody could tell me nothing. I was a daddy's girl. Although,
I wish I could relate though.
listen, as I grew up and I understood life and stuff, I realized damn, this nigga wasn't here for a lot.
Yeah.
But I do want to disclaimer, I do not mind, my dad did pass away.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. 2021.
That's
August.
recent.
Yeah, right? August 10th, 2021 at 9 a.m. I was still a daddy's girl even when he left. will always be a daddy's girl. But I learned
That's a fun fact.
that I guess.
That's a fun fact.
So yeah, with that being said, yeah, him and my mom separated, and I didn't real because I was a child. They separated probably around like between the age of 5 and 7. I don't remember what exact age they separated. So now I had to deal with two different like households basically because on weekends or like in the summer for the break, I'll be at my dad's house, and then through the school week, I'll be with my mom. And then my mom,
hectic.
right?
Wow.
And my mom, like, she's a go-getter. Like, she's like, if I'm not making enough money, like, I have to go and get it. So that's my mom. Like, right now, she's even doing 2 jobs, and like, she doesn't really need to, but because she feels like she's not bringing home enough income for herself.
Yeah.
She went to go get a second job. And I'm
I've been feeling it. Sorry to cut you off. I've been feeling like that lately as well.
no,
I'm
for
not
real.
gonna
I've been
lie.
feeling the same. I've been feeling like,
I'm feeling the same, and it's like, yo, what am I not doing right? That because you know how after all the effort you still put in, you still feel like it's not enough though.
I agree.
Until probably somebody tells you like,
You've done enough.
exactly.
And that's like the sad thing about life. I feel like once somebody does not bring home or like they're not comfortable with their income, it's like automatically depressing. Like although people say like money is the root to all evil, I can
Money
agree.
brings happiness.
But money surely brings happiness because when you don't have the money, you're very like sad, like depressed. And when you have the money, it's just like you can really do anything. You don't have no worries. But there is some people that live their life with no worries, even with no money. Like
Facts, bare
'cause
facts.
I'm a Christian, and I feel like God is gonna make like He's gonna show out each time
True.
when it's necessary, right? And that's why I always tell my mom, like, do not stress yourself. Do not like do too much with life because
Facts.
where there's a will, there's a way, and God is gonna show out for His kids once He knows you're showing out for them. I'm
Right.
showing out for Him.
Nah, don't worry.
Right? So,
Yeah.
and that's even like another topic, like, but whatever.
But you know, with what you just said, I have this rule here, and I always tell my friends about it. Like, I have my very close friends when we always talk. So I always tell them like, yo, because you know, when we talk and it's like, I have this attitude of saying like a lot. Probably people have caught it, but yeah, I'm not gonna talk about that. So, but when we talk, sometimes, you know, we're gonna come complain like, yo, why is this happening to me? Why is this happening to me?
But I have this one rule. I'll go and be like, He's not going to put you in a situation He knows you can't escape. Like God is not going to put you in a situation He knows you can't escape.
I want to make a comment on that.
Yeah.
I have a youth pastor. Shout out to my youth pastor.
Is there?
So he every Friday, if any kids are interested, they can always go out.
Yeah.
The group is called Awaken. This is what because every Friday night it's Awaken Day. So that day is dedicated to Awaken. Although I work, so I haven't been able to go out. At the ending of the night, they do devotional, they worship, and all these different things. And one thing that was talked about that did not ever leave me was he said that people say where there no, what did you say? What was the comment you made? Oh, God wouldn't put you through nothing you can't
He wouldn't
handle.
put you in a situation you can't handle.
But the comment that my youth pastor said is God only puts you through what you can handle. If that makes sense.
Okay, wait. I need time to process that one now.
So like God is not gonna put you through you
Yeah, is that the same thing?
No, because
Wait a minute.
God
Wait,
is not
say that
like
again. Say
I
it again.
guess kind of like so you said God only puts you through what you can handle. Right?
I said he's not gonna. Okay, yeah. Say.
So what my youth pastor said was that he said God only puts you through what He knows you can handle. So
Yeah, I feel like we're saying the same thing.
are we?
Yeah.
Okay, wait, hold on. There's another thing along those lines that he corrected, and he basically said that,
Yeah.
and that's something that stuck with me because the other saying is something I used to run with. Like I literally used to run with. I used to tell all my friends that when they're going through something, but in all reality, if you actually take in life, like God is not going to put you, like if He knows you can't bear with losing your whole, God forbid, but losing your whole family at the same time, He's not going to put you through that because why would He watch you hurt that way?
Yo, you know there are people who are gonna listen to what you just said right now. I'm
Bro,
like, nah, I can't handle this. But why am I here though?
listen, I only speak facts.
I have a lot of, I have a lot of questions to ask God when I meet him. Like, I don't know. Like,
and you know what? I definitely have those moments where I'm like, why? But then I just turn it around and I'm like, I can't keep asking why. I need to go make a change. Why is because I'm not making a change. If I know that there's a way to prevent something, just prevent it.
Facts.
Instead of going and crying and sobbing, just and asking God why, I would suggest like trying to change something. Like even just like something that I implemented within the last few months since last year is waking up and praying every morning. I don't even touch my phone without praying. I mean, there's been a few times, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, true. I mean, you're not perfect for that.
Exactly. Overall, I'm never going to touch my phone without praying because that's the least. He's giving me everything. He gave me a car. He gave me a roof. He gave me money. Like,
man woke you up.
He wakes me up every single morning. So what's the least with just praying? Like, and I'm trying to implement reading my Bible. It's like I was doing it every other day, but it does. Reading actually makes me so tired. So I'm trying to find like an alternative around it.
You know, I said this, okay, I don't know if I've said this before, but that's the reason why don't
read your Bible?
No. Why I started this podcast.
Okay.
Because reading and writing got me, I was starting to, let me not use, I don't want to use the word stressful, but there's no better word. It became complicated because at first I started writing. I was like, my main objective was like, okay, I'm going to release a book. I didn't know what the book was about, but I'm just going to release a book. I'm going to write and but then I was just sitting down one day and I picked up a book. It's this book that I got as a present long time ago in like 2020. It's about IT and stuff. And that book has like a lot of pages. It's like thick as a dictionary. I'm like, wait a minute. How do you sit down?
Just read it.
And compile all that stuff to put in that book because that I want to write a book. That's what I was thinking. And I'm like, okay, if I want to write a book, I need to start thinking how to, and then I realized with time, I get to, with what happens around me, it's easier for me to talk about them than write about them. Because at the end of the day, when you're writing, and I've been told this before, like my writing, I write like I talk. Like the same way I text you probably.
Yeah.
Those are the exact same things I'm going to say while
you're writing.
While I'm writing.
Makes sense, yeah.
So like the way I write is the same way that I talk. So, and I just figured like, okay, it's easier for me to, actually, we're actually going out of topic, but it's fine. It's for the good cause. I just remember, but it's okay. But like, I just figured there's a lot that happens around you, like in the world we're living right now, that makes you want to do certain things. Because like you said, how you might know the right thing, but why don't you avoid it? It's crazy, yeah? How you know the right thing to do. You know what to do and what not to do. But there's sometimes you just feel like, okay, I'm going to go. Because you said yourself right now, you wake up every morning and the first thing, your first priority is to pray. But guess what? There's some days where you don't do it. Why? You get It's not a question. It's not a question.
I was like, I wait for an answer, but yeah, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, like I was just using it as an example because like I feel like it's also because of, I'm going to take your point of view on this actually. That's what's going in my mind. So I'm like, because of the people around us or like what we're growing into recently, because like the generation we are in right now is different from probably the one, there's a saying like Gen Z. Yeah, like I don't know what that means, but I just know it's the younger generation.
Okay.
And it's easy for you to copy the trend than actually follow what you know is right. Because, everybody has their household where they grew up in and you were trained in a certain way. You know what I'm saying? So no matter how derailed you're getting, you still know the right thing to do.
Yeah, for sure. And
go ahead.
That also like, because one thing for me, I'm very big on surrounding myself with people like myself. So you will never see me with somebody that's like completely different than me, because I, like, as you were saying, like, like once you surround yourself by this one person, you're going to end up becoming this one person. So if this one person is just lazy, like
Yeah.
just problematic, whatever
Yeah.
the case is.
Dramatic.
Like it's like you're gonna become that person sooner than later. And another thing, show me your friends and I'll show you who you are. And
Facts.
I'm
Facts.
not into people seeing
Facts.
somebody and saying like this is how she is, because I'm very intelligent. Like I'm 22, but in real life, in my mind, I'm 35.
In real life, it's crazy.
Listen, trust me. Like people say like you're so mature. Like I'm like 35 years old. Like
How old did I?
this guy's talking about you could be 26. 26?
It's the way you got so offended about it. But I was
Because like people actually tell me I look like I'm 19, like dead ass. And I'm like 19 is a stretch. Like, cause I get told I look older
I was
sometimes.
genuinely thinking 26, by the way. I wasn't joking.
Like dead ass?
Dead ass. I wasn't clowning her.
I never ever got 26 before. I didn't get anything over like 23 in my life. 26.
Lucky you, I guess. Okay, let's dive back into what we're talking about originally. I guess we've yapped a lot.
Off topic.
Yeah, but it wasn't quite off topic because at the end of the day, think about it.
All meets up.
It's it's all connected. You know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But yeah, next question for you. Yeah, what makes it different from what you had before, like when you're growing up and how it is now? Like, you know how you talked about your experience, like the new things that you're trying to implement in your life right now. You talked about, like, for example, the prayer stuff. That's one of the stuffs you're trying to implement. What's the difference with what you grew up in?
Honestly, there's nothing really, like, my only goal is to not be like no offense, but not be, I want to say this in a correct, I want to stay the same.
Just say it.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
just not trying to be, like, the society nowadays is, like, ridiculous. Like, not a lot of things are okay. That's being normalized,
I can
right?
agree. I can agree with that.
Exactly.
There's a lot of stuff that's being normalized that's not normal.
And it's like, what?
Yeah. I'm not judging.
Not at all.
Yeah, I'm not
Like,
judging,
whatever people
but-
are okay with, like, by all means. But I'm just not okay with it. So
Your life, your fight.
exactly. Hey.
Yeah, because like what I was just over. So okay, you're from Jamaica, yeah. Okay, I just realized right now that there's a bit of a similarity. Let me put it that way, because me, I'm Cameroonian. I don't know if you know this. I'm Cameroonian, and what you grow up in. Like I was just talking to my friend actually, and we were like, "Yo, if you don't come from." Like for you to be like, you know, this TikToks these days, like I'm African, I'm this. Obviously, my mom does this. I don't know if you've seen those.
Yeah,
trends.
I did.
So, and we're laughing about it, and she went ahead and said, "Oh, I'm African. Of course, we're like 12 of us." You know what I'm saying? And I just realized right now that in what with like this, like our group or our generation, I'll say. You'd find a lot of kids or youths who grew up in probably like separated homes. I don't want to use the word disorganized, but it was disorganized. You know, those type of things where you didn't get to find that connection. You get, and what's your take on that? Like, what are you trying to fix about that? Because yeah, you say you're implementing stuff, so I'm just trying to know how far
sure.
your implementing is gonna go.
Definitely, my biggest goal is not to knock anybody that has had children and not stayed with their father, but that's not my goal. You know what I mean? I want to make sure when I have a child, my kids can experience a 2-parent household. Because I seen how damaging it was for me and my siblings. You know what I mean? Like, again, I went from growing up being a daddy's girl, waking up to my dad in the living room, my mom cooking, to one day my dad not being in the same house, my mom meeting somebody new and having to adjust to that person.
That's a
my dad,
drastic change.
you know, like it's like now I have to adjust to my mom's new partner and my dad's new partner.
Wait, how old were you when that happened?
I honestly don't remember. It was either, I can say between 5 to 7 or 5 to 8. No, not 5. Okay, it can't be 5. Like 6 or 7.
Yeah, that's still young. I was thinking like 12ish.
Oh no! By then, like,
Yo,
and it causes like for me, I've seen so many different things with that happening, like with two separate households. Like, it's like, even another thing is I watch, I'm a big fan of watching like bloggers and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
yeah.
And I watched a YouTuber, she's from Toronto, but moved out to ATL. And I've been watching her for like, ever since I've been on YouTube. And basically,
That's something I haven't grabbed a hold of, by the way, watching YouTube.
really, no,
Yeah.
it gets in, like, it gets very interesting and motivational. Like, especially.
I tried it.
Really?
It's not just me, but yeah, you were saying.
So, yeah, so her and her husband divorced and whatever. Now she's in a new relationship. Her husband moved, whatever, so on and so forth. And she had asked her daughter, "Oh, how does it feel going to no, how does it? I don't remember her exact words, but it went along the line of, how does it feel like having two different houses?" And
She asked her daughter that?
Yeah, and her daughter is 8
Oh, shit.
or 9. And she was just like I hate it. Like, it's stressful. Like, she just like said how she really genuinely feels. And imagine for the kids that don't have those questions asked, like the kids that aren't able to really express themselves the way they want to. Like, imagine how they feel. Cause
You know, a bit like that sometimes.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
Like,
where you're just waiting for somebody to actually ask you that question so you can
could just-
open up about it.
No, literally, like, especially when you hold things in for too long, it's just like, bro, I need that one question to just explode, like, just go off.
Like, they'll ask you questions about it, but it's not the right question.
No, I agree. There's like one right question that somebody would know that they want to be asked, and it's just like, this question is gonna get me going.
Just gonna break down about it. But okay,
But definitely.
What do you think? What do you think? Like, how do you think it's gonna affect? Like, you know, from that young age, how did it affect you growing up?
It affected me kind of bad because
You don't have to talk about it if you don't want to.
no. I'm
Okay.
good. Listen.
Okay. Yeah,
I'm here to talk.
All right.
So I would say it affected me bad, but not like the worst.
When did you hit? Like, when did you start feeling
When I
it?
started growing up, because as I said, I was a daddy's girl. I adjusted to my mom's new boyfriend. My dad was like single. He was just doing
doing that
him.
stuff?
Like, so like we'll go to me and my sister would go to his house on the weekends for the summer. But then there was this one period of time that he was just like gone, like absent. But again, like,
Absent is crazy.
he has 12 kids, so I can't be selfish and say he needs to only focus on me and my sister.
Wait,
'Cause
how
he
many
has,
of you are there for him though? Like, for how many of you?
like, my close, like,
No, like his kids with your mom. Like, how many siblings you have that are with
that's
same mom, same
so
dad?
complicated. Okay, so I have 2 siblings that are like same mom, same dad, but my mom also raised my eldest brother. His firstborn, because he brought him to Canada and he was living with us. And then he raised my 2 brothers.
Oh, okay.
So it was like a household of 5, well, 8.
That's cool.
7,
I mean,
sorry.
if y'all are kicking together, that's cool.
It was all right, I guess. But like, even that, like, my brothers still had that respect for my dad, even when he was gone, because like, that's who they know as dad, right? So
Facts.
it was
Facts.
like, hey, this is dad. But like, when he was gone, there'd be times where I would call him, say, hey, can we come over? Could me and Lily come over to your house for the weekend? He'll be like, yeah. And then he would just never show up to pick us up. There's times he'll tell us he's going to take us to McDonald's. He will never be there. Like, there's times where he's disappointed, right?
Yeah.
And that like hurt. Cause then as I was getting older, I started to like drift away from him. Cause I'm like, okay, like, I'm not messing with this at all. Like, I'm seeing his true colors and I'm seeing the absent piece, and this is not okay. And then I got even older. I'm in high school now. He worked very close to my house, so I'd always go to his workplace, just chill with him. Yeah, and then we were closer. And then the summer when he passed away,
Yeah.
the year before, so that was 2020. He was kind of like in and then out, in and then out, in and then out, right? And I'm a daddy's girl, so I'm making sure I call my dad, like
Check
my
up on
birthday, his birthday, Father's Day. I'm calling him. We'll go weeks without talking to each other, and I'll call him. I'll be like, "Yo, why didn't you call me?" And we'll just joke around, and And then right before he passed away, he was like missing, and I mean like missing, like dead ass missing. And then he was staying with his other kids. And that's even a whole nother story. Basically, their mom called my sister, and then we went to go see them and figure all of that out. So one thing, sorry, that was a whole story time.
It's okay, talk. Yeah.
So definitely,
that's why we're here.
one thing I would definitely make sure that I avoid in life is growing my kids in two different households, because, or even like things happen regardless, right? I can say that as much as I want, and that may not even happen. But picking the right person to be my children's father is like top priority. Like
it is what
like I can't deal with what I went through, and I do not want my kids, because even my nieces and my nephew kind of dealt with a similar situation. You know what I mean? So it's just like, I don't want this to be an ongoing cycle all the time at all. So
so I'm gonna just be dashing all the questions to your face, I get. But like, I'm not, what I'm gonna say is I'm not relating directly to that. But my take on it, like, is in the society right now, like the society we're in right now, I feel like that type of household has messed a lot of people, like it's messed with a lot of people's minds and heads. Like, because that's a different type of insecurity right there. I'm going to go a little bit out of topic right now, but I'm going to talk about it. Yeah, it's a different type of insecurity because, growing up and, like one of your parents isn't there, or you don't even know, you just get used to it. You just get used to one person being the mom and the dad. And when you start learning the real reasons probably why that person isn't there, I feel like it affects you when you're older, because to make choices now, because like you said, you're bent on looking for the right person so you don't find yourself in that situation. So I feel like, I'm not talking about you, I'm talking generally speaking, So that affects people in a way that they turn to lock themselves up and they create like this whole scenario in their heads, of like, okay, this person wants, he's going to be like, like each time something bad happens, it just takes them back memory lane to where they started when they were a kid. That builds up a whole lot of like insecurities and everything. And you start feeling the need to close people out of your lives, like it affects you a long, long way. That I feel like it's something that has been normalized now in many homes, like kids grow up getting used to this stuff.
Oh, I agree.
Like they grow up getting used to this stuff. Like there's a lot that goes on, and like you see, you were 5. There's even kids that grow up like born like that, and I don't like it's hard for it to be a decision that like you didn't make it, like a decision not of your own, because you grow up and you're like, I want a home where it's gonna be my mom, my dad. Mom makes breakfast for you in the morning. Your dad drops you off at school and stuff. But then you wake up to something else every day, and you have to live with the rest of your life, not being able to say anything about it because you didn't make that decision. You get what I'm saying? You didn't choose to be in that position, and you have to live with it every single day. And guess what happens? You're gonna take it into the next stage of your life, which is your independence. Like, go ahead.
I also say it's like, I get what you're saying, but I can also say it's definitely how some people choose to deal with it as well, because I know there's men, I feel like there's a big percentage of men living without their father than women. And I can say there's a lot of men that use that as motivation. Like, okay, my dad wasn't there, but what I can say is I can make sure that my kid doesn't be without a father. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And there is men that actually, try not to implement that in their life. Like, okay, my dad wasn't there for my whole life. Why would I not be there for my kid's life?
I was watching this, this YouTuber, what's his name? The guy with dreads.
No, you don't watch YouTube.
Okay, it was like on TikTok, It was on TikTok. So I was watching him, and man was like, he was talking about he had a kid or something, and he was trying to run away. You get
From the kid?
like from the responsibility, and then he was feeling guilty. And guess what his boy told him? His boy was like, why you trying to be there? Why you trying to be there for this dude, for this kid? Was your dad there for you?
That is such the wrong thing to say.
Exactly.
To your friend.
He's like, and the crazy thing is, after being told that, man literally sat down and was trying to think about it. Like, actually, he wasn't there. So why am I trying to force myself into some,
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like, you have to be strong-minded in this society because people normalize different things, as you were saying.
And man probably said that, and he probably wasn't clowning around. He was dead ass.
I know he was dead.
He's like, dude wasn't there for you, so why are you trying to be there for somebody else? Like, it doesn't make sense. Make it add up. I'm like, bro, how would you say that?
Imagine.
But yeah, next question.
Okay.
Hopefully we're not over time, but yeah, it is what it is. Are you happy with your life right now? It's a short but deep question.
Yeah, it is a deep question because I do spend nights, like, especially right now, I'm not in the stage where I want to, like, not to say I'm not depressed at all.
It's
but
okay to be depressed, though.
But I'm not.
I am okay. Let me not say I am depressed, but I feel like that sometimes. But yeah.
No, for sure. And I feel like people, like, when people don't have an understanding of where their life is at that point, they would say they're depressed. Like, people use that word very loosely, and depression is like a serious thing. So
it's a real thing.
I wouldn't say I'm depressed. I'm definitely not depressed, but I'm in this stage where I'm just trying to focus on life and get things in order because, again, I'm 22. Well, I'm about to be 22, and I think I should have had more going as of right now, but it's okay. Life happens. So I do spend some nights just, like, not on my phone, just, like, looking in the sky and thinking, like, okay, what is tomorrow going to be like? What is this day going to be like? How am I going to do this? So I wouldn't say I'm the most happy with my life, but I'm grateful for what I'm doing. I'm grateful for where I'm at. Like, there's 22-year-olds now with no car. I have a car, so I'm like, and I'm not even like.
Yeah. Was that one of your goals, though?
Definitely, my goal. Like, once I had a license, I'm like, I want a car tomorrow. Okay.
Yeah.
But of course, that didn't happen. But I had to work hard.
Yourself there. Yeah, exactly.
Stuff. So I'm definitely happy at the things that I've accomplished already. I'm happy that I'm smart. I'm not easily influenced, so, like, I'm very happy.
That's a good thing, because in the society we live in right now.
Oh my God.
It's so easy. Like what you just said right now. I don't remember what you said exactly, but I'm just gonna put it the way I have it in my head. It's easy for you to feel like you have to achieve, or like a lot of things at the one go, just because, like, you're trying to copy the trend.
For sure.
I mean, it's a good thing to have those goals in mind, but bear in mind, you're not going to have all of them at one time.
Of course.
But, it's so easy in the society we live in to even get depressed because of that. Because, you feel like you're trying to accomplish a lot of things at one go. Which it's physically impossible. Let's even talk about the emotional part. Like, I mean, it could be possible, but, like, when you put all of it in your brain, it's not healthy.
No, I agree.
Yeah, because you're like, I mean, that happens to me because I just sit down sometimes and I'm like, why don't I have this? 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 And it's bugging. It's like playing with my mental, and I'm like feeling bad. Then at the end of the day, you realize, like, wait a minute. You still have a lot of life ahead of you. You know what I'm saying?
Literally.
You still have a lot of life ahead of you, and everything is planned. Like, obviously, we grow up with plans. Like, okay, one day I want to be here. One day I want to be here. One day I want to be here. One day I want to own a car. One day, one day I want to do this. But at the end of the day, it's like, that's just for future. Like, it's not for you. You can't do that in one go. And I feel like we get peer pressured. I didn't want to use that word today, but I'm going to use it. We get peer pressured.
No, I agree.
You know what I'm saying?
Sometimes it could be like a competition. Like,
exactly.
Bro, why is this person here and I'm not?
Like, we're the same. We work the same job. We earn the same
age.
Same age. How come he has a car and I don't? And you go home and you start overthinking. Like,
what do I need to do?
What do I need to do to get this whip? What do I need to do to do this? What do I need to do this? And that's when comparison comes up, and hatred also pulls up underneath. Okay, the right word isn't hatred. I think it's jealousy.
Yeah, definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And then you start just it's basically all on your mental, and you just start giving yourself issues, sleepless nights, just because of something that's not even your control at the moment.
Yeah.
So what I'll say is, what my take on it is like, just focus on, like this for the listeners though, just focus on what you can control at the moment, you know, step by step though, because you can't rush every single thing in order to get what you always wanted. It's step by step. Everything happens for a reason. You know, like we said earlier, he's not going to put you in a situation he knows you can't come out from. Like,
No,
if you're meant to
facts.
take the bus right now until you're like, I don't know, 30,
That's
take
what
it, dog.
is.
That's
And
what it is.
It saves you money at the end of the day because gas, it's a different topic. But like at the end of the day, it is what it is. You
Yeah.
gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta work for what you gotta work for. You gotta work towards what you gotta work towards. Like it is what it is, and we just have to accept it and go on, like, and try. Like there's no point of stressing.
Facts. Okay, I have one more question for you. Probably going to be the last one. So, what will you advise someone transitioning into the society now to do in order not to get stuck with those type of things? You know, like not to let that type of past bug them. You know, like the past of going into
Two different.
two different homes, single home, and all that. What would you say to somebody who's going through that right now? We're talking to our peers right now, our age mates. What would you say to them right now?
Forgiving is definitely one step.
Yo, I didn't even think of that. Damn.
Like I know people that have their fathers walk out of their life, not in their life, and they're not forgiving their father. You know what I mean? And not to say you need to, because there can be traumas in households that we, of course, aren't aware of and stuff like that. But forgiving is definitely one step to a better relationship. And what else can I say? Like being the bigger person.
Fair.
Some people wait for their father, their mother, whoever it is, to step in their life or to come to them, approach them. And this is with friendships as well. This is not just applying to fathers, mothers, friendships,
Facts.
relationships, whatever. Like being the bigger person is like what needs to be normalized. Like not waiting for a sorry.
I like that one. Oh my days. I love that one. I love what you just said. You know, the crazy thing is I just talked about it yesterday with my boys. I'm not gonna say exactly what happened, but like one of us was going through shit, you know, like through stuff. And you know, okay, it's my other boy, and he was like, bro, what do I do right now? What do I do? There's this one thing. Yo, guys, I'm sorry about this, but we're gonna extend the game. But there's this one thing that
Yeah.
goes around without, like, with this. There's this ego. It's, you
Yo,
know,
I'm
the
telling
ego.
you. I am telling you. And this is like having that ego is the reason why a lot of us can't get to the next step.
We can't move.
You cannot.
You
You're like
cannot
stuck
move.
in one place, and you can't. And if you guys like, I'm a Christian,
Bro, you don't know how this just makes me feel happy right now, bro.
Listen, you cannot dwell on the past. You cannot hold a grudge. Holding a grudge is the worst. Like, and that's something I'm even trying to learn and implement into my own life because there's some
Facts.
grudges that I'm still holding that I need to just like.
You know,
Deal with it.
you just sit down and you're like,
Bro,
why
like-
am I holding a grudge against this or this person? And then this person is out there living their best life.
No, that's the worst because like you see them be like they're happy. They're not even worried about the situation. It's just like, you know what? I have to accept the fact and move on.
And
at
you
this
just
point.
living in your head rent free.
Like, yo,
And you
it's
just been
crazy.
thinking about it. And you know, I just thought like right now, that's one thing it's something we don't talk about. Because when you want to talk about ego, I mean the other person in the end is gonna get on the defensive.
Oh, I
like you
agree.
said, the ego starts from accepting and also willing
Ownership.
to be
Don't want to extend this again. Ownership, like own it. Like I'm big on ownership, and this is what I'm trying to implement around with the people around me, like everybody around me.
Hopefully I become like you though.
Take ownership, like taking owner, like accountability.
Yeah, that's
like,
the right word.
Yeah,
That's the word.
I said take
That's the word.
ownership. Accountability is like the best thing ever. Like when you can like
When you
accept
learn-
the fact
yeah.
that you're wrong and just apologize and move on from it, it's just like the best thing ever. Because now that problem does not need to be living rent free. Like, hey, time is money. You're not gonna live rent free in my brain, in my head for so long. Just, you know what? Take it. You did it. Apologize. Move on.
Yo, don't get this wrong. She said apologize. I'm gonna add something to
Mm-hmm.
apologize and you work on it.
Oh yeah.
It's not just
big on
I'm
working
sorry
on it.
and we move.
No.
Apologize and you work on it.
There
Because
should-
that's the point of the apology.
You shouldn't do it twice. You should not do it twice.
Second time is a choice.
Oh my God.
But yeah, like what you were saying before, damn, what did you say? We yapped a lot in between. What did you say? Oh yeah, being the bigger person. That's like we've laughed about it, but it's actually serious.
No, for real.
Like I know sometimes it's hard to like accept and be able to, you know, own up and be the bigger person. But sometimes it's needed though.
yeah.
Because you know,
especially-
sometimes you get into arguments and stuff with people. Like it could be with your parents,
I was just about to
peers,
say
and
that.
everything. It's not just directed to one group of people.
It's everybody.
Everybody. You can
Everybody.
get into it. Like it could be with my boy and everything. And just the fact that you become the bigger person, like even if you didn't do anything wrong, just become the bigger person and put the table down and you lay it down on the table and you trash that, like whatever, you know, fix things because
I agree.
life is short, man. For all the drama and everything,
Bro.
life is short because things might change. You never know when.
know
We don't
when.
have like a schedule of what happens in our lives right now.
I agree.
Because I wish I could wake up knowing what was going to happen the next day, but you don't. You just have to pray and hope that it goes well because it's so deep. Like,
If I can say one thing before we, because I know time is going.
yeah.
A little inside. Hopefully, I don't think Mr. will be uncomfortable with this, but another thing with being the bigger person, my sister and my dad always had a rocky relationship.
Yeah.
However, they fixed that in a way. And it's so crazy that, like, maybe most of her life, they weren't good. Like, or like she wasn't okay with him, like just being absent. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
she just felt like the black sheep, you know? However, she was able to, like, when it came to him being sick, that was her biggest goal, to make sure everything is right. Because imagine, and this is like, I'm just referring to when you said life is short. Like, imagine, for example, you have a friend and you're holding this one grudge against that friend. And then you find out that friend passed away. What the hell are you going to do? Now
I'm
you're
gonna
living
forgive
this,
myself.
you're living with it on your chest like, damn, I really didn't go and just be the bigger person once again and just hash things out. Like, it only takes you being the bigger person to hashing things out, being good with somebody, and just moving on with life and not having that situation sit rent free in your head. Like, listen. Nah.
Oh, so yeah, Denesha, thank you so. Oh, sorry, D. Thank you so much for coming. Well, what you want to say? Think it's wraps.
Definitely be strong minded, guys.
Yeah.
Take ownership, take accountability, take ownership. Take
Thanks so much for coming
accountability.
again once more. And
Thank you for having me.
no problem.
And peace out. Thanks for listening. See you on the next episode.